Right, let's cross back to our reporter Mzwandile Mbete, who's been following the State Capture Commission of Inquiry in Parktown. Mzwandile, you were starting to explain to us what's happened so far and the important pieces of information that came out.
Of course, Nzinga, before we just broke there, so what is basically happening is that the lead investigator, as you have said, Clint Oellermann, is basically trying to give the commission really the context and the understanding of the work that they did, and when they did it, and what he thought should have happened. Because the commission, I think, by and large, Nzinga, wants really to corroborate some of the issues that have been dealt with before. Remember, this SIU report, Agrizzi, when he was testifying here, he did then submit this report, which the lead investigator said was by and large the very report that they had compiled. So I think the intention really of the commission is to try and look at exactly what is it that should have been done 10 years ago. Because, I mean, some of the issues really that Advocate Paul Pretorius is raising is, in your view, as someone who compiled that report, so do you think it's fair that the arrests are only happening now, more than a decade later? He's basically saying, you know, it's actually baffling that it took so long, because the judge as well was also concerned and also raised this concern that he is worried that, I mean, he has witnesses here who come and testify to try and assist the commission, but then they get arrested, though he says they assured him that it was unrelated. But the timing seems to have been the issue here. So basically, as Mr. Oellerman continues to be on the witness stand, he is assisting the commission in understanding exactly how the SIU report is compiled, so who authorizes it to be compiled, and how can an action be taken, and who should take that action.
So, Andre, what else are we expecting from State Capture today?
Well, for today, Nzinga, we're expecting really the lead advocate, Pretorius, to continue getting more information from Oellerman as to the workings of the SIU, and perhaps what are the issues, or who are the people who could have impeded the work of the SIU. Remember, when the investigation was about complete, it took place from 2007 to 2009, so which means if there were wrongdoings, as Mr. Oellerman is saying, so these cases could be taken to court. But somehow Bosasa basically applied for an interdict. As a result, Oellerman is saying, so they are not able actually to continue interviewing some of the people, actually including the CEO of Bosasa, Mr. Kevin Watson. Remember, as this report has been compiled, the person who is in charge of Bosasa, Mr. Kevin Watson, is not part of it. So that is why the Commission, Nzinga, is really trying to understand who was actually responsible for some of these delays. So is it true that some people were influencing certain actions with regards to investigations, so that other people could not be investigated or could not be charged? Because Mr. Oellerman is very clear to say when they did that report, they uncovered a lot of criminal activity, a lot of wrongdoings. But what transpired that was that there was no action that followed. So he will continue this afternoon after lunch to really give more clarity to how the SIU works and why perhaps certain actions were not taken.
Mzwandile Mbete giving us an update from Parktown there.